Hey guys, so since this video is gonna be about my piercing, there it is. Kind of red because, girl, this bitch was a struggle. But this is gonna be like a little story time about like my piercing, I guess, or like how it came about. I started telling my friends like, yo, like I want a piercing. And I told my mom like, yo, like if I got a piercing, like would you let me have one? She was like, absolutely not. Are you crazy? Da-da-da-da-da, right? And then yesterday we passed by Clarence and then I was like, look, they do free piercings there. They could pierce my nose. She was like, yo, let's go find out. And we didn't even ask because I was like, literally, I think they only do ears. I really don't know. I still think they only do ears. I was like, I'm getting my nose pierced. And then I told her, yo, there's this place downstairs where they pierce. I didn't know they didn't pierce. Like, they didn't pierce nose. They only pierce, like, ears. So I went down and I asked, and they were like, sorry. But in 4th floor, they pierce noses. My sister-in-law was like, yeah, like, I want to get my nose pierced, too. So we went to the 4th floor, and we asked, and then they said it was $65. And my mom was like, you want it? And then I was like, no, because bitch, I'm not always sick. I know like piercings supposed to cost money and shit, but like $65, and on top of that I had to buy my gem, like the little thingy, whatever it's called. I was like no. And I was laying in bed next to my nephew or whatever, right? And then all I could think of is getting my fucking nose pierced. I started watching so many YouTube videos of like getting my nose pierced or like piercing my nose. And then I was like, fuck, I could do this. So I was like, I could do this, yo. Like, bitch, I was hyping myself up. I was like, girl, you got this and shit, like, right? And I wanted to do it on this side. But then I was like, fuck, I might get stuck. Because, like, me going down and, like, you know, like, it's going to be a sister struggle. Put it on this side. So I got a little, like, hollow part. Be kind of tight. Yeah, that. Put it there, and like I was poking it through, and I was getting really nervous, as you can see. This is gonna hurt. Like, I did not want to do it because I was putting it in and I could just feel like a little pinch, and I was like, oh my god, this is really gonna hurt. Because like a lot of the videos that I was watching, like it seemed painful, so it's kind of like, this is about to fucking hurt. So then I'm holding it, and you can see me close my eyes and like opening it there like once in a while. And I'm putting it in. I think like I got it in and I started feeling it. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I was literally confused because it didn't hurt. My eyes were not watering. Like, I was tired. So I feel like I had like little like type thing, but they were not watering. And I was just kind of like, did I do something wrong? Like, am I done yet? Like, I was just confused. I was like, okay, whatever. I take it out. And I couldn't put it back in. So I tried to take it out and put the earring. And it was like an earring, you know. And it didn't want to go in. So I was like, fuck. So I was laying in bed with the fucking needle in my fucking thing. And I started getting nervous because, like, what if I fall asleep? Like, I could really poke myself here. Like, I get up and I get like a actual like fat needle, not like a little pin. I fucking put it through the first thing. That motherfucker was not going in. It hurt, and I didn't record it, and then eventually I just recorded this. But oof, it hurt. And it's so thick. Like, this really hurt. Start pulling the needle, and I was like, fuck, like I could put the earring as I'm pulling the thing, right? So I really think, I thought it wasn't gonna work, but as I was doing it, I started pulling, and then boop, the earring just goes, and I put like the back piece of the earring, and I was just like, what the hell? So then I took some of these, and I was chilling, and I was in bed, you know, and then I just fell asleep, and I woke up, and I kind of touched it, and I was like, oh, okay, and I fell back asleep. I showed my mom, and she just like, she got mad. Like, she was like, you're fucking stupid. Like, me a bull. But then I was like, how am I a bull? Like, they get it here, like not there, but okay. And Yeah, so my mom was kind of mad about it. I pull out the earring. I don't know why I fucking pulled it out. Try to put it back in because I was like, oh, it's like all night and like most of the morning, like hole's gonna be there and like nothing. So I put it in and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't want to go in. So then I put the pin in and the pin fucking hurt. And like the fucking earring is thicker than the pin. So I was just kind of confused. And then I was like, am I making a new hole? Like, I was just confused. My mom was like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. We're going to the park. So I was like, okay. And I already knew we were going to the park, but I wasn't ready because we were here looking for some damn ass nose ring. And then I pulled out the pin and I put the thick needle and tried to put it in. And it really hurt. And then I kind of take the needle like halfway in, and then I go in the car and I start pushing it in, pushing it in, and it really hurt. And mom was like, you're not about to go to a park like that, you're gonna look dumb. So I was like, you're right. So then I try to put the earring on again, and wow, like it did not want to go in. And I think the layer of the bottom was closing really fast, or I was just making new holes. Like, I really don't understand, but the top layer to like kind of half, it was completely fine. And then like as soon as I would get to the bottom, like I would struggle. So then I put it in. My mom called me. She goes, hurry up. So I was like, yeah. And I kind of push it really fast because like I didn't want my mom getting me like at their lecture. And I hear the and then I was like, oh my god, thank you. So then I put the thing in and it was hurting, but I didn't really think nothing of it. And then I told my mom like, I really need a nose ring. And she was like, no, you're fucking crazy. Da-da-da. Right? But eventually we like after the park, we didn't go home, but like we were going home. And then I was like, I really need a nose ring. So she was like, oh my god, like you do stupid stuff and you don't never have anything ready, da-da-da-da. And then we go to the like jewelry store. My mom pays it and she was so surprised that it was like kind of like a swirl. She was like, are you sure that's gonna go in? And in me, I knew that shit was not gonna go inside my nose for some reason. But here's the fucking haunting part, which the part that it has no more clips because there's no fucking recording. So I go to the back of the store and I knew they had like a big mirror, right? And I start putting it in and I just start pouring blood. Not pouring blood, I'm being dramatic, but I start like dripping blood, which it happened before. So I really wasn't like, I was like okay about it because I knew it was gonna happen. But then my mom was looking at me and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, it's just like little blood, you know, it's normal. And I start putting it in and wow, it really hurt. So I take the little thing and I'm holding it because I don't want to fucking lose it. And we walk home and I sit down and I just start like trying for like 15 minutes. And I watch YouTube videos on it. But the people that are putting it in have healed like piercing. So I was just like, yeah, this shit's not going to work. So I go to my mom and she kind of stretches it out a little bit. Well, she was struggling at first, but then she kind of finally did it. And it kind of was like breaking through here. Because when she told me push it in, I was pushing it in, but I wasn't really touching back here. Like, I was just kind of pushing in. And if I was to, like, poke it all the way in, because she was trying to poke it in, right? She was like, I'll just make a new hole. And she was trying to poke it in, and it hurt like a motherfucker. I started crying. Like, I was getting so frustrated, and I was just crying. I take it out, and it really hurt. And then she tries again. And as I'm trying to pull it out, it kind of gets stuck. But this is a whole 2-hour process. So I'm over here in so much pain, crying. Trying to take it out and it hurt. And then eventually I kind of like pull it. And like not like pull it, but I kind of like tug on it a little bit. And it kind of like goes like. And I was like, I think it's released now. Came out and I was like, I'm done. I'm sorry, I'm done. And I come to my room and I get my phone. I put a bandage over it and I was chilling. Like, I was done. I was gonna let this shit close. I was gonna have a little scar. Like, I didn't give a fuck. Like, all the pain that I went through could shoved up my fucking ass because I was in so much pain that I gave up. My mom, although she didn't fuck with it at first, she was not having it. She was like, Ingrid is not about to give up. After all this, she saw me crying. She saw me rolling on the floor. She saw me grabbing my hair because I was grabbing my hair and I was just crying because it hurt. She made it straight and like made it like an L. And she put it in my nose. And yeah, but it's I'm in so much pain. I'm not in so much pain, but like it's pretty painful because of so many times that we tried, and like I just feel like it's so irritated. But if I get infected, Bye, guys. I'm bleeding now.